It's Lisa Hiles from Perfectly Spoken, and I'm here today for lesson 2 of my B1 course, which is for intermediate learners or those of you with an IELTS score of around 4. And today's topic is the difference between the present simple, I do, and the present continuous, I'm doing. And we'll be reviewing the difference in meaning and use between these two forms, and we'll focus on how they're made and have plenty of practice. I hope you enjoy the lesson. Okay, let's go to screen the first task. Here we go. Task 1. Which present tense is correct in the following sentences about my life? Number 1, in my job, I teach. I'm teaching online and in a school. Number 2, I train. I'm training for the 2018 London Marathon at the moment. Number 3, I always listen, or I'm always listening to the radio in the car. Number 4, my children grow or are growing up too fast. Number 5, I love tea. What do you think, or what are you thinking of it? 6, I'm planning my next summer holiday now. Okay, so in each of those you have to go through and decide which is correct. Is it the present simple form or the present continuous form? Okay, should we have a look at the answers? Here we go. Number 1, in my job, I teach online and in a school. So that's the present simple there. I'm training for the 2018 London Marathon at the moment. It's number 2, and that's the present continuous. Number 3, I always listen to the radio in the car. Present simple. Number 4, my children are growing up too fast. Present continuous. Number 5, I love tea. What do you think of it? Present simple. And number 6, I'm planning my next summer holiday now. Present continuous. How did you get on? Are you sure you know the difference between the meaning and the use? Should we have a quick look at the rules? So we use the present simple for habits and for things that are usually or always true. So if you think back to my examples, I teach online and in school. This is a fact about me. It's what I do. It's always true. Okay? I always listen to the radio in the car. Again, a habit, something that happens very, very often. So we use the present simple here. We also use the present simple with states, stative verbs. Verbs like be, like, have got, want, think, love, believe, and understand. And these verbs don't often occur in the ing form, okay? So if you want to look at a grammar book at this point, you can look up stative verbs or state verbs, and you will find things like be, like, have got, want, think, and love. Okay, and you can see how they're often usually used as a state and require the present simple or a simple tense rather than a continuous tense. So in my examples, I love tea. What do you think of it? Not what are you thinking of it? What do you think of it? Yeah. Remember with the present simple to use the auxiliary do in questions. Do you like tea? And don't or doesn't in the negative. I don't like tea, you don't like tea, he or she doesn't like tea. Tip for all of you out there, whatever level, is to remember the S on the he and she forms of the present simple. Yep, I do, you do, he does, she does. Okay, that's great. What about the present continuous then? Well, this is used for things that are true only at the moment of speaking, or for a process, something in process that isn't finished at the moment of speaking. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you think back to my examples, I'm training for the 2018 London Marathon at the moment. Yep, so at the moment, I'm thinking next year I have the marathon, so I'm training 2 or 3 times a week. It's a process that isn't finished. Yep, I'm training this week, next month, for the next 4 months until the marathon. Wish me luck. Okay, my children are growing up too fast. My children are 8 and 6. Sometimes they seem older. Yep, so there's this process of growing up. It's not finished yet, but it's happening now. Yep, they are growing up too fast. I think every mum thinks that. I'm planning my next summer holiday now. Okay, so I'm thinking about the future, but I'm thinking about it now. It's in progress in my head now. I'm planning my next summer holiday now. Okay, the form is subject plus the verb be in the correct form, is are, and the verb plus ing. Yep, so I'm enjoying this lesson. Positive sentence. Negative, I'm not enjoying this lesson. And the question form, are you enjoying this lesson? I hope so. My tip there is to remember to use the contractions so that you sound natural. So instead of I am enjoying the lesson, I'm enjoying the lesson. Okay, great. Let's have a look at task 2. Now, often when we're using the present simple and the present continuous in speech, we will give a time phrase. We will use a time phrase, and these are often good clues as to which tense we need to use. So I want you to look at these phrases and think, do we use them with the present simple? Something that's always or usually true, or a habit, or a state? Or do we use them with the present continuous when the time perhaps isn't finished or it's in progress now? Have a look at these, and I want you, as I say them, I want you to say simple or continuous. Okay, for example, at the moment. Continuous, yep, I'm talking at the moment. Okay, here we go. Always. Generally. Currently. Every day. Today. This week. Every week. This month. Never. Now. Usually. Twice a month. Sometimes. Did you say simple or continuous for each of those? Well, here's your answers so you can check. Okay, the present simple is used with always, generally, every day, every week, never, usually, twice a month, and sometimes. Remember, habits, something usually or always true. And the present continuous for something that is only happening now, only true for now, or isn't quite finished. At the moment, currently, today, this week, this month, and now. Further practice. Present simple or continuous. Use the verbs do, eat, get, go, haven't got, learn and like to complete these. Number 1, I out in restaurants about twice a month. So there you've got to put the verb and you need to think about the correct tense. So number 1, I out in restaurants about twice a month. 2, I doing exercise, but I never to the gym. Number 3, my children to play the piano? Number 4, a yoga class for the first time this week. Number 5, I'd love to learn Spanish, but time at the moment. My husband says calmer as I get older, which is great news. Okay, so perhaps pause the recording now, okay? And think about which verb do you need? Do, eat, get, go, haven't got, learn or like, and which form, simple or continuous? Pause now, or if you're ready, let's look at the answers. Here we go. Number 1, I eat out in restaurants about twice a month. It's my habit, something that's usually true. Yep, so present simple. I eat out in restaurants about twice a month. Eat out in restaurants means go to restaurants. It's a phrasal verb. We like those, don't we? Number 2, I like doing exercise, but I never go to the gym. Here we have 2 present simples, I like and I never go to the gym, because they are facts about me that are always true. Number 3, my children are learning to play the piano. We have the verb learn in the present continuous form because it's something that has started and isn't finished. It's a process. Yeah, they're not brilliant at piano yet. They're still learning. Number 4, I'm doing a yoga class for the first time this week. So this week has a few days left in it. I haven't done the yoga class yet. It's something I'm planning now for this week. I'm doing a yoga class for the first time this week. For those of you with quite a good grounding in English grammar, you will recognise that that is actually a present continuous for future time. That's another lesson. Okay, number 5, I'd love to learn Spanish, but I haven't got time at the moment. Here we've chosen the form I haven't got time, and even though we've got at the moment as a time phrase that usually takes the present continuous, I haven't got is a state, so I haven't got time remains in the present simple. And finally, number 6, my husband says I'm getting calmer as I get older, which is great news. So it's a process. I'm not 100% calm yet, but compared to the past, I'm getting calmer. It's a process that isn't finished yet. Okay, so far? Of course you are. Okay, I do have another task for you to do. I would recommend if at this stage you've got some things wrong, go back to the meaning, form and use slide where we looked at when we use the present simple and when we use the present continuous, and hopefully that will help with any problems you may have. Okay, let's look at this slide. Task 4 is about question forms. Complete these questions in the present simple or continuous. So we need to use the verbs do, eat, have got, like, plan and study. So they're the verbs we need, and the auxiliaries will be do for the present simple and are with the verb in the ing for the present continuous. You knew that, right? Okay, let's look at number 1. How often you out in restaurants? How often you out in restaurants? Number 2, you doing exercise? You doing exercise? Number 3, you anything special after the lesson today? You anything special after the lesson today? Number 4, other than English, you anything else at the moment? Other than English, you anything else at the moment? Number 5, you any interesting hobbies? You any interesting hobbies? And number 6, you to take any time off work this month? You to take any time off work this month? Okay, I'm going to do the answers in just a second, so if you need more time, please pause the recording now because I'm about to go on to the answer slide. Ready? Here we go. Number 1, how often do you eat out in restaurants? Listen, how often do you eat out in restaurants? Present simple. Habits. Yeah. Number 2, do you like doing exercise? So there we've got the do you like. It's a present simple, do you like? But because we've got the verb like, we need the next verb to be in the ing form. So it's not a present continuous form. It's an ing form, a gerund that is required after like. But the do you like is the present simple, not are you liking doing exercise. Do you like doing exercise? But always a tricky one, that one for students. Number 3, are you doing anything special after the lesson today? In this particular moment, what are you planning? Are you doing anything special after the lesson today? Number 4, other than English, are you studying anything else at the moment? Present continuous. Other than English, are you studying anything else at the moment? Number 5, have you got any interesting hobbies? Have you got any interesting hobbies? It's a fact about you, present simple, something that's always or usually true. And number 6, are you planning to take any time off work this month? So the verb is plan, and it's present continuous. This month, are you planning? Is it something in process? Are you planning to take any time off this month? Now answer the questions so that they are true for you, okay? And that concludes my lesson on the present simple and the present continuous. Please find the test, the lesson 2 quiz or test for extra practice. If not, go back to the beginning and do all the tasks again. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you again for lesson 3. Thanks for your time. Bye.